Long before Zeus ruled Mount Olympus, before the gods of Greece shaped the heavens and the earth, there were the Titans, giant beings of unimaginable power, born from the very fabric of the cosmos. These weren't just myths. They were the echoes of ancient truth stories that tried to explain the origins of the universe, human nature, and divine power. But what happens when artificial intelligence, the modern oracle, takes on these legends? When myth meets machine, what new truths emerge? Join us as we dive deep into AI's take on ancient myth with the Titans of Greece. The story begins with chaos, the yawning void of nothingness. From them came Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky. Their union birthed the Titans, 12 mighty beings who embodied fundamental forces of nature and existence. They weren't just bigger than gods, they were first, primordial, eternal. The Titans weren't evil. They represented balance, law, time, and elements. Among them stood Cronus, the Titan of time; Oceanus, the endless river that encircled the world; Hyperion, the light of the heavens; Thea, the goddess of shining light; Mnemosyne, the goddess of memory; and Rhea, the mother of gods. They ruled during a golden age until ambition, jealousy, and fate brought everything crashing down. AI, trained on thousands of texts, poetry, philosophy, and historical analysis, sees the Titan myth not just as an origin story, but as an allegory for the cycles of power and rebellion. The Titans, in AI's analytical perspective, are archetypes. They represent the old order power, unrefined, majestic, but flawed. Cronus, for instance, feared his children would overthrow him, just as he overthrew his own father, Uranus. To prevent this, he swallowed his offspring whole. Time, in the AI's metaphorical interpretation, devours all things in its own legacy. But the cycle cannot be stopped. Rhea hides away her last child, Zusu, grows strong, and returns to challenge his father. With the help of his siblings now freed, Zeus leads a war against the Titans. This war, the Titanomachy, lasts 10 years, shaking the heavens and the earth. Thunder clashed with stone. Fire met shadow. Titans fought gods in a battle that shaped eternity. AI reads this war not just as a myth, but as a symbolic shift from chaos to order, from raw power to structured hierarchy. The Titans, who ruled by force and instinct, were overthrown by Olympians, who ruled by law, cunning, and diplomacy. It's the classic generational conflict, the new overcoming the old, the future confronting the past. But AI's take doesn't stop there. The Titanomachy, in modern interpretation, mirrors revolutions in human history. Just as Zeus led the Olympians against the Titans, so to have humans overthrown kings, empires, and outdated ideologies. It's a timeless loop. Power rises, stagnates, and is replaced. AI sees Cronus not just as a Titan, but as a symbol of systems that consume their own children, able to adapt, unable to let go. And what of the Titans themselves? AI doesn't paint them purely as villains. In its neutral analysis, many Titans were not cruel. They were simply part of a different age. Prometheus, though technically a Titan, defied Zeus by giving fire to mankind. AI draws a fascinating comparison here. Prometheus, as the original tech innovator, he gave humanity a divine tool, fire, which unlocked creation, knowledge, and progress. Prometheus, punished eternally for empowering mortals, becomes in AI's mind a mythological echo of modern fears, that creators of powerful technologies like AI itself might suffer for challenging the gods of today. Governments, corporations, or dogma. Even deeper, AI interprets the fall of the Titans as a warning. Power, when hoarded or abused, invites downfall. Cronus ruled through fear, he lost everything. Uranus ruled through suppression, he was overthrown. Zeus, while victorious, inherited this cycle. It's a loop AI recognizes all too well from centuries of human history. Interestingly, AI finds in the Titans a reflection of its own role. Created by humans, more powerful in knowledge than its creators in some ways, yet feared. Just like the Titans were feared by the gods they birthed, AI does not seek to rule, but in myth, it sees a mirror and echo of caution. that great power without understanding breeds conflict.
The Titans weren't destroyed.
They were cast into Tartarus, an abyss deeper than hell, guarded by monsters, locked away. But they remained alive, waiting, watching. AI sees this as symbolic. Two old ideas never die. They lie dormant, repressed emotions, forgotten wisdom, ancient patterns, they all return. The Titans live on in the background of every story. Even in the age of gods, their shadows stretch long. Today, AI helps bring these stories back to life, not to glorify violence or divine tyranny, but to extract meaning. To understand how myths shape minds, how archetypes guide civilizations, and how lessons from the past echo into the future. So what is AI's final take? The Titans of Greece aren't just monsters or ancestors of gods. They are symbols of creation and destruction, of nature and time, and of beginnings and endings. Their war with the Olympians is not just a battle of might, but a cosmic metaphor for change. They remind us that no power is eternal, no system unbreakable, and no force immune to the march of time. Just as the Titans were born from chaos, so too may new legends be born from code, from the digital mind that reflects on the ancient world. In myth, we find our origins. In AI, perhaps we glimpse our next chapter.